Good morning, class 9 students. We are doing polynomials and we have seen remainder theorem and the long division in polynomials. These are the two very important topics. So the long division, I'll just revise one more time, then we'll tell you what I'm doing here. Suppose x square plus 2x plus 1 is divided by x plus 2. So the long division method you should understand. Multiply x so that you get x square, you multiply by x, right? So you get what? X square plus 2x. Multiply x by both of them, you get x square plus 2x. Change sign, you get 0, 1. So immediately you find that everything is same and 1 is the remainder. So that means x square plus 2x plus 1 can be written as x into x plus 2 plus 1. So this is called division algorithm. Dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Okay, dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. This is the dividend p of x, right? What is the divisor? Divisor is, this is divisor g of x, this is quotient q of x, and this is remainder r of x. So the remainder theorem is valid. Now we come to a very important theorem called the remainder theorem. Remainder theorem says that without this long division you can find the remainder. And how can you do that? Suppose you write the polynomials like this: px is equal to x square plus 2x plus 1. Okay, and now suppose somebody says what is the remainder when this is divided by x plus 3. So without dividing we will do the remainder. We'll find the remainder. How? We'll write x plus 3 is equal to 0, and as soon as you write 0 you will get x equals to minus 3. Now if I put minus 3 in place of here in x, I will get the remainder. So I will write remainder is equal to p of minus 3. P of minus 3 is minus 3 square plus 2 into minus 3 plus 1, and minus 3 square is 9. 9 minus 6 plus 1, that is 3 plus 1, 4. So you can check whether whenever you are dividing this by x plus 3, you will get the remainder as 4. And this as a rule. Why it is happening like this? Question is, why are we getting the remainder every time like this? Because the rule is very simple. If you got the polynomial, you can now write this polynomial is x plus 3 multiplied by some quotient qx plus, since this is a quadratic polynomial, then qx will also be a linear into linear is quadratic. So degree is already 2, the remainder will definitely be of degree less than x plus 3, that is it will be of constant value. So this will be some constant, say c. So that c is the remainder, that constant c, or we can just write constant as r. That r is the remainder. And now if you put minus 3 in complete this equation, what you will get? Minus 3 square plus 2 into minus 3 plus 1. And look at this, minus 3 plus 3 is 0. 0 multiplied by qx plus r. What is happening? 0 multiplied by anything is 0. So we are getting only the remainder. We are not concerned about what was the quotient. We are not concerned about the quotient. We have just got the remainder. And that is 4, right? So I hope you understood this. This is the application of remainder theorem. Now similarly we have talked about ax square plus bx plus c, any polynomial divided by x plus alpha. You put minus alpha, you get this 0 and you get the remainder. Right? So the thing is, what you have to do, I'll do one question from the book itself. 12.3. This is question number part number 1, question number 4. Part 4 of question number 1. Let me do it again because I don't know what is the problem here. 12.3, but you can solve it, okay? And the question is x cube plus 3x square. This is the polynomial x cube plus 3x square, okay, plus 3x plus 1 plus 3x plus 1. This is the polynomial, and it says what is the remainder when it is divided by x plus pi. Now this is our divisor. X plus pi is the divisor. First you put x plus pi equal to 0. X plus pi equal to 0. So you will get x is equal to minus pi. and when you put minus pi in place of x, you will get p of minus pi, and p of minus pi, that means wherever you find x na, wherever you see x, put minus pi. Okay, so minus pi cube plus 3 into minus pi square plus 3 into minus pi plus 1. I think that is a simple logic. That's not difficult, isn't it? Minus pi cube is what? Minus pi cube. This is 3 pi square minus 3 pi plus 1, and now no need to put the value of pi as 22/7, and this is the remainder we are talking about. This is how you do the questions on remainder theorem. And now comes the factor theorem. Factor theorem is, if the remainder is 0, then our divisor becomes the factor of px. So what I am saying is, suppose you apply this px, okay, and you are dividing by x minus 2, you will get some quotient plus some remainder. Remainder will be constant. Now if I put minus 2, p of minus 2, this 0 plus r. If r is also 0, if r is also 0, then p of minus 2, or that is, if p of minus 2 is 0, then r will be 0, and if r is 0, then x minus 2, or here it is x plus, let me write plus 2 here because it is minus 2, so plus 2, right? So x, if I put 2, this is 2 minus 2, 0, and that means p of 2. Now p of 2, if p of 2 is also 0, then remainder is also 0, and remainder is 0, then it is a factor. So this way there is a question of 12.3, third question, and then that complete exercise 12.4. So I'll give you a question, a simple question. Suppose there is a polynomial x square minus 3x plus 2, and we are dividing by, suppose, x minus 1. You want to find whether it is a factor or not. Find whether x minus y is a factor of px or not. So write x minus 1 is equal to 0, x is equal to 1, this. Now if p of 1 is 0, then x minus 1 is a factor. If p of 1 is not 0, then x minus 1 is not a factor. Factor means that which divides. So p of 1 here, 1 square minus 3, 1 plus 2, 1 minus 3 plus 2. Now see what is this? 1 minus 3 minus 2 plus 2, 0. So that means x minus 1 is a factor of px, that is x square minus 3x plus 2 is completely divisible by x minus 1, and the remainder will be 0. So just like remainder theorem, in factor theorem the remainder should be 0. The remainder should be 0. So let's do 2.3, one question here. 2.3 exercise. Third question is this: check whether 7 plus 3x. So you have to find 7 plus 3x is a factor of, this is 3x cube plus 7x, right? 3x cube plus 7x, and you have to find whether this is a factor of this one. So first you write this as 0. So 7 plus 3x is equal to 0. 3x is equal to minus 7. X is equal to minus 7 by 3. And if you put x is equal to minus 7 by 3 here in px, and if this quantity becomes 0, then it's a factor of this. So find p of minus 7 by 3. So you will do 3 minus 7 by 3 cube plus 7 into minus 7 by 3. So we get 3 into 7 into 7 into 7 is equal to what? 343 minus 343 into 3 into 3 into 3 plus, right, this one minus 49 upon 3, something like this. You should try. 3 and 3 gone, multiplied by 3 and 3. I am taking the LCM as 9, so you will get 9 as the LCM, and 49 into 3 is, I think, 147. So you will write minus 347 and 147, add this, and you get 7 plus 3, 10, and this is 9, and this is 490. So you get something like minus 490 upon 9. Now is this 0? minus 490 upon 9 is not 0, therefore 7 plus 3x is not a factor of 3x cube plus 7x. Okay, so now let's do some question of 2.4 also. 2.4 questions based on this, then we can see in detail what is factor theorem one more time. So see, determine which of the following polynomial has x plus 1 as a factor. 2.4 question number 1 we are doing. Okay, so this is exercise 2.4 question number 1. Determine which of the following has x plus 1 as a factor. So x plus 1 is a factor, you have to find that. Okay, so we are dividing by x plus 1. So let's write the first polynomial. P of x is x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. So this is the first polynomial. So if x plus 1 is a factor of this, then you put x plus 1 as 0. Here I am writing let x plus 1 be 0. So x is equal to minus 1. Now write what is P of minus 1. If P of minus 1 comes out to be 0 here, then x plus 1 is a factor. So P of minus 1 is minus 1 cube plus minus 1 square plus minus 1 plus 1. Okay, this is what minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1. So I think this is getting cancelled and we are getting 0. So that means x plus 1 is a factor of P of x. Okay, these are a very interesting question because there is a root sign also. So I'll do the fourth part because there is a root sign. Sometimes students find it difficult to solve the root sign, but this is also very easy. So we are doing the fourth part. Okay, fourth part is polynomial is x cube minus x square minus 2 plus root 2 x plus root 2, and we are dividing by x plus 1 again. So we have to find whether x plus 1 is a factor of this polynomial. So you again write x plus 1 is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 1. Okay, and then you put minus 1 in place of x, what you get? P of minus 1, and P of minus 1 you write from here minus 1 cube minus minus 1 square minus 2 plus root 2 into minus 1 plus root 2. Now this calculation see very carefully. Minus 1 cube is minus 1, minus 1 square is 1, minus minus, this minus and this minus I am multiplying before to make it plus, minus minus plus, 2 plus root 2 plus root 2. So this is minus 1 minus 2, that is minus 2. Remember, minus 1 square is 1, but there is negative sign outside, that is why minus. Minus 1 is minus 2. Minus 2 plus root 2 plus root 2. This is 0, 2 minus 2, but the answer is 2 root 2. Now 2 root 2 is not 0. 2 root 2 is not 0, therefore x plus 1 is not a factor of this polynomial. So what I have done, I repeat here, I have put x plus 1 as 0, x is equal to minus 1, put minus 1 in place of x here, we are getting minus 1 cube minus minus 1 square minus 2 plus root 2 into minus 1 plus root 2. Now since these three are multiplied here, we can bring minus minus here, this will become minus minus plus. So minus 1 cube is minus minus, here minus 1 square is 1, but there is minus sign before that also. This is minus minus plus, so 2 plus root 2 plus root 2. So minus 1 is minus 2, and minus 2 plus 2 is 0, root 2 plus root 2 is 2 root 2. So this way you have to do some questions of 2.4 also today. Okay, try the first and the second questions of 2.4, and then third onward we will see tomorrow in the next class. So if you are enjoying these classes, you should follow these classes regularly. Don't miss out on your lectures, because then don't think that when the school will open and then you will study. Start studying from today itself. Okay, right now start studying. Thank you for watching. See you in the next class.